Right, so leg day at 5 weeks per show. Finally feeling nice and aggressive, I guess the word is. Definitely just after competition I was feeling a little bit less aggressive, but now that we've got a little bit more body fat and a little bit more weight on the body, definitely feeling way better. So this is my leg day. I train with Cuba only really on legs because it's the only session that lines up well. So we're going to be doing 3 sets of leg curls, 3 sets of leg extensions, 2 sets of leg press, 2 sets of hip thrusts, a variation of a glute kickback, and then also some lying leg curls. So as much as there is a little bit of quad in this one, still very is much more focused around hammy glute adductor, which is what we need more of. So exciting times. Gonna go and get stuck in, and I will give some information as I go, as always. Hopefully you take something from it. Come on. Strong man, come on. All day, come on. Work for it. Again. Still again, come on, show me. Drive. That's it. You're right. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent, Sam, hold on. So, first exercise is seated leg curl. Fingers crossed on that first set. You could tell that I was doing a 2-second pause at the bottom. Or you could tell that there was a pause. With a seated hamstring curl, you want to make sure that you're not really leaning over the pad and you're not really arching the lower back. If you do either of those 2 things, it takes tension away from the hammy and makes it easier. There's a 1% right at the end where potentially a little thing like that might happen. The rest of the time, everything's 100%. If you want to make a movement as hard as possible, do it right. Come on. Own it. That's better. Not with every rep. Own it. Yes. Perfect, come on. Own it. Yes. Spend some time in there, come on, own it. Go again. Make it fucking hard. Again. Make it hard. And try. Again. Make it fucking hard, come on, work. Drive. That's it. Beautiful. Fucking set. See, I'm 5 weeks post my competition. When you are just after your competition, you don't really want to be going back into the gym with all-out intensity / volume. For me, I feel like to train intensely, so my volume will reduce. Whereas now that I'm post competition, for a little bit of time until we go back into comp prep. My intensity, because I just feel a bit better, is obviously improved. And then because my body can hack more volume, and we could do with having a little bit more mass, especially at the back of my legs, we're full all-out intensity, trying to add weight to the machine, just trying to make sure the quality of set stays the same, to ensure that obviously I can bring my best to stage. If I didn't take this small break between my shows, I'd come and I'd look smaller. And to me, not that I need, well, to be honest, I do. I need to be bigger if I'm going to stand next to girls that are top quality Olympians. The need for a little bit more size is definitely there. And I don't want to ever get on stage being worse. I always want to be better. That's what bodybuilding is about for me. Always being better. The end product is just icing on the cake. I don't focus on the competition, I focus on the work between one comp and the next. And that's what each training session is set as. So at the moment, trying to get stronger, trying to make sure that my form stays tight, and to make sure that my physique can look better than it did at my last competition at the Olympia. Come on. Second exercise is leg extensions. One of the biggest mistakes people make on leg extensions is letting their hips raise as they extend their legs. It just takes tension away from your quads. Again, just making it easier because you can use momentum to get your legs going rather than just keeping everything into your quads. It's an isolation. Just move your shins and you'll get way more out of it. You want to get massive. If you want to get massive, you need to treat every single set that you do with the utmost respect. Regardless of whether it's a side lateral raise, a calf raise, a wrist curl because you're doing some forearms, treat it like you treat a squat, a leg press, a deadlift. That focus, that want to move that weight, have it in every single rep, on every single set, on every single exercise, and you will see your body progress. You see so many people come in and they're so focused on their first couple of sets that are the heavier lifts, and then they kind of just switch off and do whatever and puff about a bit. There's 1% of people that can get away with growing like that. The rest of us need to focus on our sets. High volume, low volume, whatever volume you do, whatever type of training, you need to have that respect and that focus for your sets. You don't see any other sports person, you want to call bodybuilding a sport, see every other sports person within their sessions uber focused on everything, and that's all that matters. That is your training time. That's what you need to make sure that you like in the gym. I think I've swallowed my own tongue. Next exercise is the leg press. Today we have the night tram variety. Very heavy at the bottom. You can use the Arsenal. The Arsenal's pretty similar, but this has even more challenge in the stretch, which is obviously great if you want to build some mass, because that is where it is the heaviest. Which basically means that people who like to do leg press and have an ego with lots of plates on, which is nice sometimes, I do agree. Probably don't want to use this machine. But if you want to build some legs and you want to get strong and really strong in the hardest point, use this. I'm excited to get strong on it because 4 plates or 3.5 is just pathetic really, isn't it?
That's better. Let's go, man. Come on. Yes. What's that?
Don't worry. No. Naughty. All these men try to help me. I'm an independent woman. Right, hip thrusts. Doing it on the glute drive. I have hip thrusts 4 out of 6 sessions. So 2 of them are on the barbell and 2 of them are on the glute drive. The barbell is definitely more superior because it creates more of a challenge with the fact that you have to stabilize yourself, which means that it puts more challenge into the glutes, especially halfway through your session. This is probably just a little bit easier to be able to set up. It's still very hard on the glutes, especially if you load it up and especially if you do the movement right. But I would definitely say that the barbell is the king of all hip thrusts, even though it's a bit of an annoyance to set up, should we say. And sometimes when you're trying to push it up, it feels a bit funny. But here, I'm keeping my toes tiny little bit turned out, just so that I can get all of my hips all the way through, rather than it being kind of capped. If my feet are a bit too forward, the amount of roll through I can get is a little bit lesser than when I just turn them out a tiny little bit, and I don't mean like a duck. I mean, that's it, and then you can all the way through. There's not a lot of movements that you get tension in the glutes in that squeeze, and you can on this, so make the most of it. I've got a really sore throat. What a bastard.
Yes. More.
Thank you. So as I said, this portion of my session is now more based around the glutes. So obviously we've just had the hip thrust on the Nautilus glute drive, and now we've got the glute kick through on the cables. I basically do it so that I have a different variation of kickback each time I do it, rather than just doing a standard glute kickback, a glute knee kickback. I do a glute kick through instead, which almost feels like a reverse lunge on the Smith machine, but it's not quite as taxing, which after doing all of the volume that I've already done on the other kind of compounds and stuff, it's probably quite nice to do something that's a little bit less taxing and less compounding, that is a little bit more isolation based for my glutes. What a bastard. What an absolute bastard. Right, second to last exercise, or last real exercise, is the lying leg curl. I'm using the setting 3 because obviously I've biased my hamstring a lot in the short, especially when I was on the seat of leg curl. So now we're going with more a lengthened bias. For me, I struggle to get my legs fully straight because of my niggly knees, but I take it as far as I can go without my knees feel like they're going to clash in half before I obviously come back to it. Plus it allows me to keep tension on. When I get a really sharp pain in my knees, my legs literally go back. But I do actually have a problem with my knees, so it's not that I'm being pathetic, even though it sounds like I'm being pathetic. So I'm going to do my set now. Hopefully it's a good one. towards the end of my leg session. As you can tell, well, I don't know if you can tell, my focus is to bring up my glutes. That doesn't mean that I can't train quads, because they can't get smaller. They want to at least stay the same size, if not improve in the quality, if not improve a little bit with a little bit of mass. Like at the start of my session, the girls that come top 6 at the Olympia have such awesome quality. And the reason that they can have that and they can get as lean as what they do without losing that real nice bubbly pop shapely muscle is because of probably their shape, what they are blessed with. I do believe I have a nice shape to build upon, but also because they are dense in the mass that they do have, so they can get that condition and still look nice and shaped. So no, I don't need to get bigger, but my quality can improve, and that will improve over time. The more I do a little bit of an off season, do a little bit of a diet. I'm going to do my carbs, but they're really boring, so I'm not going to get Gaz to film them. But I basically got 2 sets. I still train them to failure. I still try to progressively overload them, much like all of my other training. That's how over time they have been able to get bigger and bigger. That's literally what you need to do if you need to build some carbs. Your calves might be an area that struggles to grow. My back and my glutes were areas that struggled to grow, and over time being consistent with them and trying to progress them, they got better. So you just have to stick with it and stay consistent with it, and that's literally how you're going to be able to improve your physique, your mind, your business, your life, everything. Consistency and hard work wins over everything. I'm going to do my carbs, have a little bit of a stretch, eat my post-workout, and then go home. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to cover, and we'll be back again soon.